Hello, Diego. Um, my name is Star, and for your Kinky Boots and Three Idiots video response, when it comes to Kinky Boots and what you said about it in your video, I found it interesting, I guess, for a lack of better word, that it wasn't interesting for you, and um, I appreciate how you just said it, wasn't for you. Like, it wasn't your favorite movie, or it just wasn't a movie that appealed to you as it may appeal to other people, right? So, I totally get that, a lot of movies I just cannot stand. But so far in this class, there hasn't been one like that. And you mentioned character development and vulnerability. And I think that's something that I forgot to mention when I did my video is vulnerability. Especially because when it comes to Lola, the character in Kinky Boots, you definitely see a lot of that vulnerability as like a reoccurring theme in the movie. And with the guy too. I forgot his name, but with the main character, the son. And even honestly with the guy, the one who like challenged her to the arm wrestling, who like doesn't like her when he found out that Lola was a man dressing like in women's clothes. Even him, I think there was some vulnerability, like when he is trying to, deal with the fact that Lola is who she is. I think you can even say that, within himself, he feels a little bit vulnerable because you can tell he tries to not be like just like well, I guess he kind of is like an asshole or like rude, but I think the point I'm trying to make is that like within everyone in that movie you can see some vulnerability, more so I think with Lola, but even with the guy who was portrayed as like the bad character, right? Because he didn't accept her for who she was. Even him, him eventually trying to accept her, and like having to touch her and like having that be a big deal. Like even those small little things, like could be rearranging like his mindset on her and his view, um, you know, about her, which could lead to other changes and little things like that. Um, so yeah, vulnerability. And Three Idiots, I thought I'm interested. I know people don't really respond to the responses, but if we were talking like in a conversation, I would want to ask why um you felt the way you felt about Three Idiots. Um, I'm wondering if you didn't really like. I don't know. I'm curious if you ever seen like a musical, because I know that you said you don't really like comedy movies, and I know that there was like those few musical moments in Three Idiots, and I think that is because it's a Bollywood film. I think most Bollywood films do have that. Um, but if you're not expecting a movie like that, it can definitely be a little like different. Um, and as far as you saying like it wasn't really deep and it didn't really get into much, I think that it was really deep. I think that even though it was funny, I think the humor was intentionally there to make the movie more bearable to watch, especially for viewers who, you know, don't like serious movies or don't like serious moments, because I think humor is a great way, it's like a great lens or like gateway to showcasing things that are like either hard to watch or just hard to understand to someone who's never experienced something like that, right? Because you can think like, oh, that's sad, or that's like I wonder why it's this way. But I think through humor, it's definitely something that can be more memorable. Serious moments can just be memorable as well. But I think that Three Idiots for me was definitely tackling a more serious issue, which is suicide and pressure and like identity and trying to navigate the world without other people's like voices in your head. And I think that humor is an important tool for movies, especially for ones like that where there are serious things happening in the movie, but you know, it is silly, so it's an easier watch rather than if it was just an intense movie that would be really sad, and you know, just kind of not something that you'd want to watch right off the bat. But yeah, thank you.